So, cuties. Cuties isn't cute. Yeah. So basically, I've just got bare notes, and I'm just gonna speak out the notes, and then it's gonna reflect back into my mind what that imagery was. I'm gonna think about if I'm gonna speak on the imagery or not, and I'm just gonna hope that this can quickly explain to you how I really felt about this movie, and then just get into my overall point of what I don't like about this film. So, yeah, so housing project speak. Oh yeah, so here there's a group of women that Muslim women that they're in a group, and they're praying with each other and speaking about their culture. And there it was they were saying to themselves that hell is much worse for a woman, and there's much more women in hell than men for the bad things that they do. Basically, they were telling each other that anything a woman does to disrespect the Muslim culture is worse. Like they face more persecution physically in the earth realm and spiritually in the afterlife for what they do. Anything bad a woman does is worse, right? And this doesn't get addressed. That's the worst thing about what you're telling women, that hell is worse for you on earth than men, is that in the film that does not even manifest. It doesn't manifest. It doesn't happen. The things that she puts herself through, it doesn't end up worse. It doesn't turn out worse. It doesn't turn out, well, you did this, so these are the repercussions. Doesn't do that. So why say that? Why even put that language out there that a hell is worse for a woman for her misbehavior than it is for a man? Why do that? The thing is with movies, yeah, is that when you implement things into a movie, you're supposed to implement it with that it comes back. Do you know what I mean? It's called foreshadowing. Now there's blatant dumb foreshadowing that happens in pretty much like action movies. You know what I mean? That's dumb, but then there's clever foreshadowing. This was like just it wasn't foreshadowing. It was just telling women that your sins are worse than men's. Your sin, what you do as a woman, is worse for you, for society and for your soul. So that's just a straight up message, and that's just BS from the start. What these girls were wearing. Okay, so you've got a Muslim woman wearing the headdress, the headdress that you're not allowed you're not allowed to. Muslim women don't show the hair. You don't show your hair, right? So are you telling me in a school that a woman that's wearing a headdress one day and then wears skimpy clothes the next day, no teacher is going to pull that up? No teacher is going to approach a Muslim woman that was having her hair covered, wearing full cultural clothing one day, comes to school the next day, not even wearing, with her hair uncovered, even from there, hair uncovered. They're not going to pull the girl up and say, what's going on with you? What are you doing? What's going on? Like, what is happening? Why are you doing that? No teacher's gonna say anything. Then the clothes get skimpier and skimpier throughout the movie, and no teacher. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't happen. That does not happen. I'm not even gonna say it doesn't happen in England. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that an 11-year-old child is wearing very inappropriate clothing and the school does not pick up on it. The school does not say anything. And especially in a film where, because they want to show the main characters doing something, you've got the whole rest of the school is wearing school clothes, regular clothes, or standardized gear. Like, if it's not school uniform, because it was a non-school uniform school that they went to. But every other child is wearing appropriate clothing for school, to be dressed around students, right? And these 11-year-old girls are the only girls that are finding this inappropriate clothing, and nobody says nothing. Nobody. Listen, it doesn't happen. Even aside from Muslim culture, and definitely Muslim culture, a woman is going to be in full cultural Muslim clothing one day and then comes looking like Britney Spears the next day, and the teacher doesn't pull it up. Garbage, right? um, yeah, the thing with the mum, because the whole thing is Amy. Amy's the name of the main character. I don't really know much more names of anybody else's characters. But Amy, her mum, is a bit stressed out because her husband is going to take a second wife and she doesn't like it. It's not really explored. You never see the father. I'm upset by that. Like you just the father is a non-existent character. You never see the father at all. With the bride, you see her once. You don't see her face. You just see an image of her. You see her. She's in full like bridal gear. She's dressed in white. Her face is covered. You never see her face. You never see the father in the movie. Father's non-existent. And it's like it's just, you know, it doesn't give you anything to think about with him. You know what I mean? He's just in Senegal. He's met a woman. He's gonna marry her, and you don't know if he's you don't know if he mistreats his wife. All you know is that she's stressed out about him remarrying, but it doesn't really, it's ambiguous about if he takes care of his family. It's ambiguous on if they're on bad terms or what. It's ambiguous. Everything is just with the mum is ambiguous. So you don't know because you don't know the mother's stance, you don't know the child's stance. You don't know if the child likes her father or not. You don't know if the brother misses his father or not, because the father is just like, there's no weight positively or negatively. There is no weight behind the issue of the father at all. It's just dumb, right? So Amy starts to see these girls that are doing what they want to do. She don't do what she wants to do because she's an 11-year-old child, and most 11-year-old children are not just running around doing what they want to do. You know what I mean? So, but we'll get to that. So she sees these girls running around doing what they're doing. And then she decides to steal her cousin's phone so then she can put herself on Instagram, right? First of all, that doesn't happen. You don't steal your phone and just put your stuff on Instagram and then that's just how it works. It doesn't work that way. Second of all, and I'm going to say this now actually. So 11-year-old child steals a man's phone, takes anything from just pictures of herself, and the pictures just get increasingly inappropriate to the point of nudity. And then she gives this phone. He catches her and says, "That's my phone." He fights for his phone back, gets his phone back. Now, but he has all of these images on his phone. He has an 11-year-old girl's images on his phone. The phone's always been licensed to him because she ain't changing no SIM card or nothing. So it's just his phone. And then these images are all upon his phone. And no consequences to that. There's a lot of this thing that I hate about this film is that there's no consequence. There's no serious consequence to anything that happens that makes the girl learn. So you've got a man that's got all these pictures of these young gal in his phone. No police come to his door. No man comes looking for him like, "Yo, why you got pictures of my daughter on your phone?" Bam, bam. Nothing happens like that. So it's like, what is the lesson to the imagery being put on his phone? Where's the consequence? And it's like, but he's just got these images on his phone now. Nobody knocks on his door. Right. There's a story out there about a man called Josh Pilo. He was playing an internet game called RuneScape, yeah, and he was chatting with this man about like terrorist attacks and tragedies that have happened on the world, yeah. I think he might have been talking about Columbine in particular. But then someone comes in late in the conversation and says, "Oh, you're talking about Columbine. You shouldn't be talking about that. You shouldn't be talking about that. You know what I mean? I'm triggered," kind of thing. And my man's respect, because it was such like, well, whatever, man, shut up. Like, he basically just went to that man, "Yeah, but shut up before I come and blow your school up, yeah." 3 days later, the SWAT team approached Josh's house, take him up, arrest him, put him in remand, yeah, for 1.5 years before after the lawyers fought for him and the community fought for him and said he's not no terrorist, he's not no young terrorist in training, he's not gonna blow up no school. The judge still was like, well, he seems like a bit of a mouthy idiot to me. So because of that, I'm gonna give him 6 years in prison. This is a man who said something dumb on the internet. You're gonna tell me that a man's gonna have 11-year-old pictures of a girl on his phone, yeah, and this goes nowhere in the movie, right? So we all know that the government's watching you, man. Like, certain things happen, the government's coming for you. Certain things happen, and people can pick up on it because these pictures that she's doing go on the internet. So pictures of a young girl acting inappropriately end up on the internet. The source is a 26-year-old man's phone, and nothing happens. Okay, no reprimand, no nothing. Okay. So she steals this phone. Her friend says, yo, how did you get this phone? She's like, oh. And she's like, oh, you stole the phone? The girl, her friend's called Angelica. Angelica says, oh, Mao, oh, you stole the phone. Man, I'm not even allowed a phone. I got to get good grades before I get a phone. She says her mum says that. Now, Angelica is supposed to be the rebellious bad girl that Amy is looking to impress and imitate and emulate her, right? But she says, oh, no, I don't have a phone. How'd you get a phone? I'm getting good grades to get a phone. So where's Amy getting this bad behavior from? Where's Amy picking up stealing? Because when she was looking at the girls on road doing their thing, they weren't stealing. You know what I mean? When they saw her looking and dancing, they started bullying her. They started throwing stones at her. So that raises the issue of why she wants to be friends with them in the first place, because they were always mean to her, and they were always like getting her to do stuff, to be in the crew. It's all peer pressure. It's all peer pressure thing, but mishandled. Like a lot of things in this film is mishandled. But yeah, her friends don't steal. So where are you getting it from? They're trying to say to us that the media is making her do things, but her friends are making her do things. She's getting enticed to do things, but she ain't enticed to do nothing. What she said? No one told her to steal no phone. Just like nobody tells her to steal money later either. Nobody tells her to do nothing. She does and it's like this is what I mean. There's no source. A lot of things there's no genuine source or outcome. So I don't know where she's picking up stealing from. Seeing with girls on their phone watching adult material, yeah. One of the lines is peeing is natural. I'll let you work that one out for yourself. So they're not just watching, listen, when I was 11, 12 years old, it was days of magazines. So, you tried to peek at the top shelf. You saw a magazine on the floor, you know what I mean? And, the words you got was, you know what I mean? Yeah, the boy that had Sky in his house and 10 minutes before the television lights lock off. Do you know what I mean? Very few were getting further than that. You know what I mean? Now you've got internet days, so there's certain things that, you know what I mean, kids can get on the phones. But do you have to have in your movie pee in his nature? Do you have to go there? They're 11-year-old kids. Why that? Why there? Why are you having these kids talking about assault and imagining what assault feels like? Why? There's certain ways you could have done this movie without being so dark with it, with no consequence. If you're gonna go somewhere, you have to have a message at the end. When you're dealing with kids, you have to have something that is like parents are going to be like, okay, this is why we're showing this, because at the end we need to show that this is where it's leading. There's no end of the tunnel of this movie. Like, there's no end of the tunnel, so there's no drastic thing that happens to know why the impression is landing, and this is where it's heading. This is the consequence. This is what's happened. Clockers. Anyone remember the movie Clockers? You got Mekhi Phifer, yeah. He's drug dealing, yeah. He has that little boy around him. The little boy, he shows the little boy the gun. And it's like, why are you showing him the gun? Do you know what I mean? And talking about, oh yeah, man, you need this on road. You got to be prepared, right? You say something. Then he's going at the kid, takes the gun, and then he's hearing in the ends that a man's after Mekhi Phifer. So he shoots the guy and ends up in a group home. That's how you show a little kid has seen something, has been told something, has been given the wrong messaging, and then he's acted out, and there's consequences. He ends up in a group home, and the man who deals with the community properly approaches Mekhi, runs him out the hood. That's how you take adult material, impose it on kids, show how it affects kids, and then show the consequences. This film does none of that. So the girls, they tell Amy, yeah, to be in our crew, you got to go into the boys' toilets and take a picture of him peeing. You see, it's the pee thing. I don't even want to say that anymore. But I don't know why that. Like, I don't know what Dakota's thing was with that. Why that imagery in minds of the audience? Why did it have to be there? You could have been like, yo, they've caught sex. You know what I mean? It could have just been fake Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been that, and it would have been like, all right, okay, yeah. But did you have to go to the extreme? Right. Brings a girl back home. Brings Angelica back home. Amy and Angelica live in the same complex. They live in the same flats. The other girls don't. But Angelica and Amy live in the same flats. Amy starts inviting Angelica to hang out with her at her house, yeah. She's like, oh, Amy's like, my little brother's annoying me. So she locks him in the bathroom. The girls are playing in their mom's bedroom, just playing. This is one of the scenes where nothing bad happens. Like there's nothing sordid happens in the scene. They're just playing, and it's a much better movie. You know, when the girls are just hanging out, it's a much better movie. When there's a bit where the girls, they sneak into a laser quest and they don't even get guns. They're just in there loving the neon lights and just messing around, pretending to shoot each other with invisible guns. That's a cool scene because it's just kids being kids. And if the movie was more shaped like that, it could have been a much better movie. Locks her brother in the bathroom. He decides he wants to set himself a bath, so he just starts up the bath, and then he's just like, I want to make a pool. So the bath just runs. He done runs and runs and runs and runs, floods the house. A lot floods the house. It don't even flood the bathroom. It floods the house. It's not that big a house. It's a flat. It's not even that big. So then boom now. That goes nowhere. Floods the house. I don't know how these kids cleaned this house. I don't know how they did it. But nothing happens. They cleaned that house. I don't know how two girls and maybe the boy cleaned up that bathroom and mum didn't find out. No licks, no grounding, no nothing. But she locks her brother in a room, in a bathroom. He sets her up, floods the house, and that goes nowhere. No punishment consequence. That just disappears. A lot of things like that happen where these kids do things and then the consequence disappears. There's no consequence. So then, generally the dancing. So the basic premise of the dancing is that the girls start off, they're doing street dance. I hear a lot of people complaining about dance moms and the way that the kids dance in dance moms. The kids in dance moms, you can question some of the costumes, but the dances, like, it's kids dancing, man. It's kids. I don't see nothing above step up in dance moms. A lot of the kids that are dancing, it's just step up. What it is that I see a lot of this, yeah, and they all try to put it back on hip hop culture. Anytime y'all want to start dissing modern street dance, yeah, you always start coming back to rap. You always start blaming people like Cardi B. Cardi B didn't do nothing to your kids, yeah. Cardi B is adult entertainment. Aside from I Like It Like That, y'all shouldn't be letting people know about Cardi B. She's adult. Her music's adult. Don't let kids listen to her music. Point blank. Period. Do you know what I mean? And actually, if you actually listen to Cardi B's interviews, and she talks about the stripper industry, she talks about the adult entertainment industry. She does not have a lot of nice things to say about the adult entertainment industry. She has things about when she was saying and promoting herself, she'd say certain things, but she'd actually say a lot of honest things, and she would talk about the good things in the industry that are limited. She'd tell you the good things in the industry, limited. Mainly the money. Mainly attention. Nothing else she says about the industry is good at all. So if you want to really know what Cardi B thinks about the adult entertainment industry, look at a Vlad TV interview and find that. Do you know what I mean? She does not advocate all that. Do you know what I mean? She just does what she's doing, entertainment. It's adult. You know what I mean? Don't let them watch it. Don't let them watch it. You know? And at the end of the day, I'm from the 90s. None of these music videos beat Tupac's. How Do You Want It? And we'll remember How Do You Want It video. You know what I mean? There's the one with the Casey and JoJo. Then there's the one where is with the thingy, with the rodeo. If you know, you know. None of these videos are beating that. None of them. They ain't going there. You know what I mean? And that movie got banned quick. That's why you don't know about them videos. Because them videos got banned quick. Didn't even reach MTV. Madonna's, back then, Justify My Love, banned. Came on once. Came on terrestrial TV once. Banned. Gone. That's why you don't know about them. Because they get banned. They don't get, see it first and then say something. That's why you've got this now. Do you know what I mean? Ofcom is going to be less powerful than it ever was. Ofcom's not going to be a thing soon. Do you know what I mean? Because people like see it first. You can't make a trailer. A trailer is not enough for you to know that this is P bait. Do you know what I mean? A trailer is not enough. People can't use their own intelligence with a trailer to know. Now you got to see it for yourself. That's why kids can see Cardi B more often. Do you know what I mean? When you say Lizzo at the Lakers wearing next to nothing is woman empowerment, you know what I mean? When you say, who are we to say? That's why. That's why the world's how it is now. That's why kids can access as much, and you've got to get worried. But this film mishandles the whole issue. This film don't know what it's doing with it. It drops the consequences. It doesn't know how to do it. But yeah, the dancing, street dance, that's what it is. But what happens is Ami starts watching more adult and less appropriate material and implements that to the crew. So originally the crew used to dance like in Dance Moms, which they weren't better. See, with Dance Moms, you see trained dancers, regardless of what you see. You see trained dancers, and they have rules. That's why I know the chorus didn't talk to the dance teachers, because they have rules. There's a woman that I can show people on YouTube that talks about the dance industry and how bad it was. And she was saying a lot of the dances they learn, there's a lot of inappropriate dance moves that they learn at 11 and 12, but cannot perform them live until they're 15, 16. Now, me personally, I think even 16, 15, questionable ages to be doing whatever. You know what I mean? But 15, 16. And I said to people before, I said, listen, the problem I have with this movie, before I saw it, was that these girls could have been 15 and 16 and you could have told a much more powerful story and a much more nuanced, much more complex story and much more like, this is the age to deal with it. It doesn't have to be an 11-year-old child. It doesn't have to be this. But it's Ami that implements all the twerking. Ami is the one. So where it's supposed to be telling you all this, Ami is she's peer pressured into. That's what it makes you feel like she wants to be like these girls. So then she starts dancing like them. That's not the case. The girls are dancing like Britney Spears. You know what I mean? Britney Spears. Like hit me one more time. Copying MTV. Do you know what I mean? So Amy is the one that starts implementing the twerking, implementing the sex, implementing all that into their dance routines. She's the one. So where's the lesson that peer pressure is making her do this? All the girls said is that their motivation was, we want to be better than this rival. There's the girls that won it last year. We want to be better than them. You know what I mean? And you see them dancing. It's like they're older, and you know what I mean. It's still questionable ages, but it's like this twerking business. 11-year-old girls are out here twerking. They're not. They're not twerking. They're not twerking. Parents should be pulling up their kids when they're doing a certain dance. It's like, yo, listen, like, you know what I mean? There's a certain age. You see a little, like, 3-year-old child doing something, and it's just like, oh my God, where'd you pick up from? Oh my God. Then as you get older, it's kind of to be like a thing where it's like, yo, you need to nip that in the bud. Do you know what I mean? But generally, 11-year-old kids are dancing like Fortnite. They're not dancing like no Cardi B. If on commercial TV, yeah. If they were to say the reason why Amy is able to see these images is because she stole a phone. That's the reason why she was able to see these images. It wasn't like, oh yeah, my mom has me a phone to protect myself, but I unlocked it and then I saw all this stuff. Like my brother played with it and locked it. You know what? What would have been a better story is if like my mom bought me a phone so she can find out where I am at all times. Yeah, I'm around these kids. They unlocked the phone. Now I can see all these images. Now I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I'm implementing it. That would have been a better story. No, Amy knows about all this stuff because she stole a phone. So it's telling us that this film, that she brought all this on herself. That's what the film is telling you. And that is confusing. It's a confusing message that goes nowhere. The girls are always lying about their age. They lie about their age twice. They lie about the age of some guys see on the street. The guy's like, how old are you? They say 14, but Amy says 11 because she's not used to lying. Boys, as soon as people find out these girls are 11, they bounce. One guy, oh, you're 11 years old, bounce. They try to catfish. These girls, they get a tablet. They try to catfish a man. Try to catfish him. He's about 17. They try to catfish him. Talking about, do you want to see my body and all this stuff? But they don't show the picture. They're like, don't put the camera on because we don't want him to know that we're 11. They start talking to him a certain way. One of them accidentally clicks on the camera. He's like, oh, y'all young girls. Click, off, gone. So what's that lesson? When the girls do the final dance on stage, everybody boos. So where's the lesson that this? You know what I mean? I thought this film was gonna be girl, innocent, comes across rebels, dances like they do, and then all this bad stuff starts happening. All this attention starts happening. You know, men maybe start coming around and saying certain things. Men don't come around them. No men come around them in this movie. No one comes around them. Nobody's actually, they don't entice anybody in this movie. So what is the message of the imagery? Because it doesn't work. You see, that would have been a good idea. Even if you're going to go there, go dark and be like, they dance like this. It doesn't work. They find out how to dance properly and win a competition. That would have been a good message. That's not there. So what is this movie doing? But yeah, anytime they get found out they're 11, people lock off. So it's not catchy. There's no predator story. There's no man. There's no creepy guy. There's no creepy manager. There's no creepy nothing. So what message? What message? What are you telling us? There's nothing there. Why is it there then? There's a bit where the girls are playing. They're playing around. Some girl grabs a balloon and puts it under her top and says, "Oh, I look," and starts to impersonate. I don't know. She says that she's looking like a friend, but I'd rather, you know what I mean, because you're talking about your fellow age. But basically, try to look like a Kardashian, putting the thing on the top, and they're like, It's not a balloon. So I'll leave that to your mind. But it's not a balloon. Do you know what I mean? It's not a balloon. I don't know why that was there. Yeah, Ami is the girl that teaches them all of the bad dancing, all the badness. So I don't know what the message is there. I don't know. Yeah, I said that. She neglects. She just starts neglecting her brother, and that's just a bit like, psh. Just starts neglecting her brother, man. He's just going on a certain way, and it's just like. But what I did like is that when her mom was like, oh, yo, like her mom goes to the brother like, where'd you get this toy from? And he was like, oh, Ami gave me it. Because Ami, oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to talk about. Ami stole money. So Ami steals somebody's phone and steals money. Nobody's telling them steal no money. She steals money to buy clothes, inappropriate clothes for her friends. And then she buys a brother a toy as like a hush toy, innit? And then he gets clamped. And then the mom gets more stressed out, you know. But that don't go nowhere. The fact that she's neglecting her brother don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? He's just more of like an unintentional comic relief. It's like bless him, he was like, it was humorous, but because the content was so dark, like it wasn't funny. Do you know what I mean? But he was actually like, he was actually good. He was actually a good actor, or what he did there. You know what I mean? It was really, it should have been funny, but because the film's so dark, because of that sexual content, the sexual content just makes the film so dark. You can't hold on to other like interesting points. Do you know what I mean? It just gets in the way of anything else this film could be talking about. All of the other subject matters that this film could be talking about that gets implemented within the movie, but breezed over and just put to the side. So then, while she's talking to her friend, the cousin comes and looks and says, "Oh, wait a minute! You've had my phone this whole time. You've had my phone." So then they've got the girl now. She's wanting to keep the phone in it. So she starts being like, basically, on a basic level, yeah, I'm trying not to say too much here, but like, I ain't got no money, but I can pay for this phone. Do you know what I'm saying? 11 years old, and this house is talking to a cousin, 26-year-old cousin. He's a big man. I don't know the age, but he's a big man. He's a big man. He's a big man. And she's like, I ain't got no money. I want the phone. I ain't got no money, but I'm going to pay for this phone. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, yo, what you doing? Like, what you doing? He's like, shut up. Like, just shut up. Give me the phone. So then what she does is puts herself in the bathroom, locks the door, takes a picture of what I can only describe as her lower self, post it on Instagram, whatever, you know how unlicensed in it, so it's Instagram. Like, post it, bang, that's on the internet now. Post her lower self, bang, internet. That gives the phone back. This is what I'm saying about like, why is my man not in jail? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you could put this man in jail for the stuff that's on there. You could put him in jail, but this never gets addressed. So that's what I don't like about this movie, is if it all was like addressed in a serious manner, even with inappropriate, I'd be like, but the end, it just was dark, but at least it ended right. At least they stuck no landing, but they don't stick no landing. It just goes nowhere. But yeah, just take a picture of herself. Next day, a boy grabs her bottom because he's like, I saw your picture, so if you're gonna act like that, I'll treat you like that, basically. So she stabs his hand. She stabs him in the hand with a pencil on some John Wick because he grabbed her bottom, which on one level, I'm glad she retaliated. As a character, I'm glad she retaliated. Like, don't let no one put your hand on you. At the same time, the film, no resolution. Like, we don't know what happened to the boy's hand. We don't know. We don't know if she got expelled. We don't know if she got suspended. All we know is that her mum slapped her up when she got home. And what the film is, because in today's society, it tells you you can't hit your kids, in it. So we're supposed to feel sorry for her because her mum's slapping her up something serious, yeah? But why am I supposed to feel sorry for an 11-year-old girl who's stealing phones, stealing money, dressing inappropriately at school, abandoning your Muslim culture? You're not wearing what you're supposed to wear, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You abandon your auntie when you're supposed to be helping her carry food to go dance. Yeah, like, where am I supposed to be feeling sorry for you? You're going up in boys' toilets taking picture. You try to catfish, man. You try to lie to people on road saying that you're a certain age when you're not. Like, I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you're 11. But the only way I can feel sorry for you because you're 11 is because this film shouldn't be made in the first place. That's the only way. But as a character, I can't feel sorry for you because you're bringing so much on yourself. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you're 11. Now, if you were 15, 16, 17, I know no one would feel sorry for you as a character. No one would feel sorry for you. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you're 11. But there's a lot of stuff that this character's doing of her own volition that is making us not feel sorry for her, which comes to a darker meaning of this film. That's why everybody's saying, yo, the problem with this film is that it's having having girls try to be big women in it. So, with no consequence. Then you've got the director saying it's about feminism, it's about women's empowerment, it's about finding your femininity. You're not finding your femininity by stealing her phone. You don't find your femininity in stealing money from your mother. You don't find it there. So where is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm nearly finished. I want it to be 20 minutes. I'm now nearly 40. The only thing I'm going to say about this scene is, what is the meaning of the holy water scene? What it's supposed to be showing you is that the mother and the auntie are cleansing the daughter down with holy water and she catches the Holy Spirit. That's what they're going to tell you are seeing. But you have to just, if you choose to watch the movie, see for yourself the scene, the holy water scene, see it for yourself and tell me what you see. Because I know what they want to tell me I saw. But I know what I saw. And there's other people that saw the same thing. Like, there's other people saw the same thing. And I was like, yeah. When I was like, that's what I saw. I can't even say it. I can't even describe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't describe it. Other people were able to describe it. I can't. Like, it's just... It gets to a point with Amy that even her own friends are like, oh, what are you doing? You taking picture? Everybody wants us to take pictures like that now. We're not. This is the thing. The movie is telling you that she's picking up this behavior of outside influence of Cardi B. The movie wants to tell you that she's taking this influence of Cardi B and her own friends. But even when she starts acting out and going on wilding, her own friends turn on her and say, yo, you're wilding. You can't be in our crew no more because you give us a bad rep. So, but the thing is, they're right, because the things that she implements, it's not like she does what they tell her to do and takes it too far. She brings to the table. So it's like, they're right. I don't know where she gets the violence from. She stabbed a boy. Well, she stabbed him because he grabbed her bottom. And it's like, yo, you can't argue about repercussions in it. If you do something wrong, and then you can't be a thingy about how someone reacts in it. So I understand that. But what I don't understand is why, to get herself back in the dance crew, she had to push a woman into a river. And she was watching her die. Like, when she pushed her in the river, and the woman's like, I can't swim. And she's just like, she can't swim. And then Ami's just staring. Like, ooh, okay, what's gonna happen now? And the girl grabs a buoy and she just walks off, and it's like, okay, no, that goes nowhere. Yeah, because that girl's called Yasmin who ends up in the pool. That goes nowhere. Yasmin don't turn up at the dance being like, yo, you tried to steal my role and fight. That don't happen. She just disappears after that. That just disappears. So it's like, okay, no resolution to that. No resolution to try to kill your friends. 11-year-old. The last movie I saw where the 11-year-old child is killing someone, it was Halloween, the remake, when little Michael starts killing up people, and you know what happens to him? He grows up to be Michael Myers. Yeah, even the audience boo, and I boo too. It was just mishandled. What I ultimately, Mr. Cordes, I could tell by this movie that you do not know nothing about dance and you know nothing about the Muslim culture. Because you missed on both. You misrepresented both, positively and negatively, on both sides, in terms of the positives and the negatives of being in the dance industry and the dance culture, and the positives and negatives of being in the Muslim culture. You misrepresented both by not knowing what you're talking about. You can tell you just don't know what you're talking about. Because you said you got the information about the dance from Kids That Dance. But did you not talk to the choreographers? Did you not talk to the managers of, you know what I mean? Did you not ask them, why is it that they can wear clothes like this? Why is it that they can do moves like this? Why is it that, and when did it become, you know what I mean? And what's the deal with beauty pageants? And, you know what I mean? And you didn't go into it. And with Muslim, you didn't go into that. You didn't go into that. I'll have to hear that you was raised in Muslim faith to know that for a fact, because I don't think he was raised in the Muslim faith. Doesn't look like it. It looks like he was observing from afar there too. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff I was like, Other films handle this subject matter better. If you want to know about kids doing adult things, watch Stand By Me. Watch Stand By Me. It's a much more, you know what I mean? The kids swear all they want in that, but it's a much more compelling movie about kids learning about the adult world. You know? Watch that. You know? There's a film called The Fighter about a Turkish Muslim girl who wants to join a karate class, but her parents don't let her join because it's a mixed class, boys and girls. Much more well-handled movie that deals with a Muslim woman who wants to find her own way. Much better handled. You know what's much more better? Bend It Like Beckham's better. Watch that movie about someone who's struggling with culture. Watch that. Don't watch Cuties, because it don't have a message. It's just showing you bad imagery with no consequence. And I'm sorry, Mr. Cordes, you know, but you know, black power don't work everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Black investor, black dollar don't work everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Don King said that too. You know? So we don't fly everywhere. For anybody who listened to all the way through, thank you for your time, man. And you know, I'm not telling people don't watch it. I'm just saying what I thought, you know what I'm saying? But I'd like to be, I've seen it now. A lot of people said don't say nothing until you've seen it. I've seen it and now I said it. So, you know what I mean? I'd like to see what you guys think too. Thank you very much.